a quick view of the fetal circulation. Now let us get oriented with the picture. Here you can see the fetus, the vital organs of the fetus, namely the heart can be seen, the liver can be seen. Now let us go to the placenta or the maternal side. So the placenta, the blood is taken from the placenta, the oxygenated blood, as you can see in the red color. Okay, that's oxygenated blood going into the fetus via the umbilical vein. So the red color is the umbilical vein. You can see it is entering into the fetus, okay, through the umbilical cord. Now this blood has to reach the heart of the fetus. So before that it has to bypass the liver. So the umbilical vein has to bypass the liver to reach the heart. So now let us move to this picture. You can see here again the blood, the oxygenated blood coming from the placenta, mother, placenta, umbilical vein has to bypass the liver to get into the inferior vena cava to enter the heart. So this bypass happens via a duct called the ductus venosus. As the name implies, there are two veins involved. That is the umbilical vein, which carries the blood from the fetus, and the inferior vena cava is also the vein which carries blood to the fetal heart. Now this connection is called as a ductus venosus. Again, inferior vena cava is a vein, umbilical vein is a vein. So a duct which connects two veins is called as the ductus venosus. Okay. Now as you can see, the blood has bypassed the liver, which is non-functioning in the fetus. So the maternal blood is enough to take the detoxified blood into the fetus. So now you can see the inferior vena cava here. Okay, now from the inferior vena cava, the blood has now reached the right atrium of the fetus. Okay, now from there, eventually it will go into the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, it will go to the pulmonary trunk. In the pulmonary trunk, by default it has to go to the lung, but here the lung is not developed, or lung is not inflated. So there is a connection from the pulmonary artery or the pulmonary artery to the aorta. You can see the aorta here, which is arising from the left ventricle and arching around. So you can see this connection between two arteries. A duct between two arteries is called as the ductus arteriosus. From there, as you know, it is taken, the aorta pumps blood throughout the body, and eventually it will go back to the placenta via the umbilical artery, which is represented as blue color because it is deoxygenated blood. So by and large, what I was trying to tell you was two things. One, the name ductus venosus has come because it connects two veins, namely the inferior vena cava and the umbilical vein. So the umbilical vein, inferior vena cava connection, duct connecting these two veins is called as the ductus venosus, which bypasses the liver. Similarly, a duct connecting two arteries, namely the aorta and the pulmonary artery, is called ductus arteriosus, which helps in bypassing the lung. Thank you.